Hey guys, welcome back to the Pixel Cherry Ninja channel. Exciting news today. We're going to be having a look at the Amiga 500 core for the Analogue Pocket. The core is still in alpha. I want to send a massive thank you out to Ultra FP64, also known as Mazamars312, for providing me with early alpha to try out. So guys, let's try it out. I'm going to try 13 games across the board. Let's see what kind of mileage we get, and yeah, I'll just kind of talk over my experience of trying the game out through the video. So let's get into this, guys. Okay, so let's try out this this alpha core of the Amiga 500. So it's going to be in the OpenFPGA section, like you know all the OpenFPGA cores are. So let's go into computer. I really like the graphics for the Amiga, but let's get into this. It takes a little while to boot up into, which I think is called Workbench, you know, where when you turn on your Amiga and there's the hand with a disc. Pardon me if I do get anything wrong. You know, I do make a lot of mistakes on the channel, so pardon me for that. I try and get things right, but obviously I do get a lot of things wrong. Here we are into the screen. So now let's go ahead and pick a game. I really want to start with Rainbow Islands. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit out some of the loading times and everything, just so you guys have got a better viewing experience. So yeah, let's just go in, pick Rainbow Islands, and yeah, we'll run the game now. Okay, let's get into some gameplay. I really like this game. And I'm so looking forward to like the arcade core for this game, because I mainly played this on the Amiga. I think I may have even played it on the C64, but the most memorable version for me was this version on the Amiga. So it's running, it runs really nice. Yeah, so sorry, I haven't got the sound for the games because I was recording it on my phone and you know directly, not like a direct feed or anything, so the quality wasn't great. So there was no issues with the sound. The sound was sound. But yeah, this is Rainbow Islands running. Let's move over to the next game now. The next game I tested was R-Type because, well, I absolutely love R-Type. I've always said there's not a bad version of R-Type. Every version of R-Type I've tried it's just been like brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I had to try it on the Amiga as well. Now I don't remember if I had this for the Amiga, if I played it on the Amiga. I played it on so many different systems. I probably did at some point. But yeah, man, R-Type runs really well. Yeah, you guys, hopefully once this is out, and I'm hoping it's out very soon, you guys can check it out. But definitely check out R-Type on there. Obviously, you know, we've got different versions of it, but the Amiga version is fantastic of R-Type, and yeah, man, it's running good. So the next game I wanted to try out was Sensible Soccer. This was very big. This was a really good game. There was a game here called Kickoff that a lot of people like, but Kickoff was really difficult, and Sensible Soccer was just so accessible. So let's check it out. Hopefully it works. Apparently it's on 2 discs. I don't remember it being on 2 discs, but apparently so it is. Okay, so some of the load times are quite long. I've edited them out. That I couldn't hold it while hiding behind the camera and doing it as well. So I put the actual machine down. So Sensible Soccer has booted up, and let's skip ahead to some gameplay now. Okay, here we are, ready to play now. What I didn't show you guys, the prompt came up asking me to insert disk 2, which I did. I just went into the core menu and I just swapped the disks over. I didn't insert it into one of the different disk drives. I inserted it into the disk drive disk 1 was in. But yeah, let's get into a game. It's been a while since I played it. I think I made it computer versus computer. If I remember correctly, I'm thinking about it now. I think one of the, you have to change the colors. I think was it blue for player and red for computer. But here's a computer versus computer game. You probably get better action than if I was playing. But yeah, man, let's have a look at some Sensible Soccer. This game was banging. Let me know what your thoughts were on this. I absolutely love this on that 1-button joystick, man. I think on the Amiga I had one called like a Crusader joystick. You could kind of lift the thing and twist it on there and make it a bit tighter or looser. But yeah, man, Sensible Soccer is running nicely. So excited about you know, this core being fully released. Okay, so after some Sensible Soccer, I wanted to play something else with a ball in it, and Speedball 2 is what came to mind. So, wow, hopefully that that little colour thing there didn't mess you up. Now, I tried Speedball 2. I left it on for quite some time. I tried going through this. Obviously, a really good Bitmap Brothers game. I remember playing this like on the Amiga specifically, and it had like a league mode. I went through the league and I'd done it, but yeah, unfortunately, Speedball 2 just didn't work for me. This is where it hung. It hung on the loading game part. Now, some of the games took a long time to load, like I would say even as long as maybe 2 to 3 minutes. But I did leave this for quite a bit. Maybe it wasn't hanging, maybe it was just taking a long time, and maybe I just got impatient and moved on to the next one. So not ruling this out completely. It may have worked. It was left on this loading screen for a long time. So I haven't got footage of this. All I've got is the loading screen for you guys. But anyway, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so the next game I tried was Pang. Everybody loves a bit of Pang. Okay, who remembers that Ocean logo? That was epic. There were so many good games by Ocean. One really good thing about Pang, it's a one-button game. So we had a lot of games on the Amiga that were like old arcade games, and you know, they had like 2 buttons, but Pang just had the one. And no matter where you played Pang, it was good. It was very good on the Amiga. Again, like R-Type, I don't know if there was a bad version of this game out. Honestly, whoever thought popping these little bubbles could be so much fun. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Pang on the Amiga. But the next game I wanted to try was Batman, the Caped Crusader. I really liked this game. It was like a kind of 2D side-scrolling kind of puzzle action game. Can't see it here because my camera's not that good, but I couldn't get into this game because in order to start this game you need to press F1 for like I think the Penguin story and F2 for the Joker story. Obviously haven't got access to those buttons at the moment. It loads up, but can't play it right now on the Alpha Core. So let's move on to the next game. Okay, next game to try was Another World. This is an absolute banger of a game. I think it was also known as Out of This World. It was released on like consoles. I think you can even buy it now on like mobile phones, you know, for if we speak in current times. The intro for this game was like mind-blowing. I remember at the time, these were like the best graphics ever seen. The game boots up, it plays absolutely brilliantly, but man, like this game was something else when it came out. Before this we had like Prince of Persia, which is an absolutely brilliant game, and then we had like Another World, and I think Flashback may have been the sequel or like an unofficial sequel, but this intro is quite long, so we won't watch all of it. Let's just go ahead to the gameplay. Okay, if you remember the beginning, you're like in this this is where you kind of warped into. You swim up top and there's all these kind of creatures. I really like this game. I played it a number of times over the years. Obviously, initially when it was first released, I played it like on my uncle's Atari ST. Played it on the Amiga as well, and I think later on, like I probably played it on a console or something. But absolute banger of a game, man. Like just really good. The next game I decided to try was Chase HQ. Now, I can't remember if the Amiga version was any good or not. I definitely remember playing it on a Commodore 64, and I don't remember it being that good, even though I loved it and I played it. Unfortunately, this is what I got with Chase HQ. It just didn't boot up. It just didn't work. It didn't work for me. Again, I don't know if it was, you know, if it'll load up, if I left it on for a lot longer, but I did leave it standing for like a few minutes, and it didn't boot up. So Chase HQ a no-go at the moment. Right, so the next game was the Chaos Engine. Big fan of the Bitmap Brothers, so I tried this game out. I got to this loading screen and it just stayed here for ages and ages, to the point of I just didn't have the patience to hang around anymore. So yeah, this is it. The Chaos Engine didn't work for me. But remember, guys, it is an alpha. So, you know, I could be at fault here with something, or it could just be this isn't running at the moment. But yeah, I couldn't get this. I couldn't get the Chaos Engine to run. Okay, so the next game I wanted to try was James Bond 2 RoboCod. Now, I know I said I didn't get much sound, but it was actually quite loud when this was on. So once the game starts, I'm just going to be quiet and you guys can listen to the sound. Like I said, I found the sound to be decent. The next game I wanted to try out was Lotus, the Lotus game, Lotus Turbo Spirit, I think. And just before we talk about for anyone out there that played RoboCod, who remembers when you press that button and you pop up and you just keep going higher and taller and taller and taller? That was just fun to try again. Right, guys, so in regards to Lotus Turbo Spirit, like it didn't boot for me. It just didn't. So this is kind of like what I got. All I got was a reflection of my curtains and no gameplay. Following on the little driving thing, since Lotus didn't work, I thought let me go another game, another driving game, and I wanted to try Supercars 2. So the game took its time, but it booted up. I was happy. I really like Supercars 2. If you guys haven't checked that out, that's definitely a game worth checking out. Like most of the games in this video, to be honest, but Supercars 2 always had a soft spot for it. So I was just left hanging on the screen for ages and ages and ages. So much so that I got tired and I just had to put the Analogue Pocket down. But I was patient, and then I got the Woolwich early drive advert. So in one of my other videos, I actually called that number to see if it was still available. If you want to check it out, check out the Amiga playlist on my channel, and just check out the Supercars 2 video. It's got some entertaining stuff in there. But this is kind of like where it went, and it just hung. This is it. It just crashed from here. So that was my experience with Supercars 2. So I wanted to finish up. So this is the last game in this test. At the end of the video, I'll show you the settings as well. Just go for the menus. But I wanted to finish with a banger and IK Plus. Who doesn't like IK Plus? It was International Karate, but this time it had 3 people in it. I don't know why. I love those funky colors and the way they kind of go. But here we go, guys. We have it. We have IK Plus. I'm just going to be quiet now. I think the sound on this was all right. So let me put my sound down and the sound of the game up. Okay guys, let's just I'm just going to go through the menus here just so you guys can see exactly what is on there now. I didn't try all the features myself. I found that at the end of the video when I was actually having a look in here, I could have actually sped the disk speed up, but I didn't through the video. So me sitting there waiting for stuff to load, it could have just been, you know, maybe I didn't have to do it, but hey, cool, I made the video anyway. But yeah, that's all the settings on there. I tried a couple of AGA Amiga 1200 games that didn't work for me, but I can see there's options in there for the Amiga 1200. So, you know, I spent quite a bit of time testing this stuff. I haven't really got more time to go for it vigorously, but yeah, man, these are the settings. Okay, guys, so this kind of rounds it up for the Amiga 500 Alpha core test on the Analogue Pocket. Once again, a massive thank you to Ultra FP64, aka Mazamars312. I'll leave all his links to his Twitter. Follow him on Twitter to get updates. He's also got a YouTube channel. Check that out. If you want to buy him a coffee and you know, support his work, then you can go ahead and do that. I'll leave a link to everything in the description below. Guys, I may have made mistakes in this. Maybe some of the stuff that wasn't working for me, it may actually be working. I always say I'm not the most technical guy. If I make any mistakes, point them out in the comments. I'm quite happy to address them. I'm quite happy to pin a comment, you know, with the mistakes I've made, so people can, you know, so I'm not misleading people. But yeah, I'm really excited about the Amiga. Overall, the performance is good, and it's only in alpha, so hopefully it will be released very soon. But yeah, man, like, yeah, good times for the Analogue Pocket. We're getting so many good cores, so much good stuff. And yeah, guys, so watch this space. Any updates on the Amiga core, I'll make sure I cover it in the channel. I won't be making any videos for the next 3 days at least. So if anything drops in the next 3 days, I might leave it in the community tab. Just so I've got quite a heavy workload coming up. So guys, as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Pixel Cherry Ninja out.